Check. This is KQBH-LP, Los Angeles, California, 101.5 FM, a community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory. And we are broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBH-LA.com. This is Sound Fever. Sundays here at KQBH, your favorite local Boyle Heights radio station. This is your host, Brendita Eres, and
DJ Amdex.
And we're super excited.
Super.
And I think DJ Amdex is like geeking out.
Stop it.
A little bit.
Don't tell he's right here.
You know,
he's looking at me.
I know. But we're going to have a great conversation and a set from the one and only R.A.W.
What?
Yo.
Welcome.
Welcome to KQBH. Thank you so much for coming, stopping by.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope
fighting the traffic.
I know, right? On your Sunday, stopping at our nonprofit radio community station.
It's a really cool vibe. Like when I drove up, like for many years, Cesar Chavez Boulevard, like this part of it was kind of just like markets and stuff, but like now there's energy and like there's a vibe going on. It's really cool.
Yeah, honestly, it's the youth taking over ownership for what they see the future. Musically, there's we are located right beneath the Paramount venue, and so they have like shows, but it's really the youth taking over ownership in music and seeing that a lot of the music, and honestly, a lot of 90s revamped in a new way. It's like it's been happening. It's been like really popular lately.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I mean, like once I was driving up here, I realized this is really the epicenter of my fan base. Like they're all from this area and everywhere east of here and north of here.
So, and all over the world.
Yeah.
And they know you. Trust me.
But during the early 90s and in the 90s, everybody that was in the crowd that was screaming and going crazy was 90% Latino, all the way up until like 96, 97 when it got a little bigger. But in the early days of the rave scene, it was definitely Latino-based raves, that I was playing at. Later on as a DJ, once the DJ world got very saturated and with a lot of people trying to do this thing, then there was a little bit of obstacles because now you have DJ agencies, and over there in Europe they got actual mafias that control certain people and things and clubs.
So the autonomy of it kind of left, and it became a little bit more corporate in a way.
Yeah, so a lot of the big names, I won't say their names, but they play dirty in order to stay on top. That's why it's always the same people doing the same shows with the same people,
it's like the free market, like saturated, like the creativeness of the industry.
So that's become kind of hard, and then also I think and then also people book DJs because of how they look more than of how they play, right? Exactly. Like sometimes.
A lot of times.
So there's that. So there's that. But then when that happens, you have to tell yourself the people that are going to support me are going to support me, and I can't think about that, because sometimes I think you could get, as an older DJ, you can get kind of bitter, but that's the way things change.
Yeah, I was going to ask how being in the industry for so long and seeing the evolution of the art form transform throughout the decades, what is your assessment now? What do you think the DJ life is right now?
I mean, I think people see that it's fun. It's a great place to get attention, so I see that some of the people that play, I could tell that they're playing because they like the attention, right? And then there's other people that play because they're gifted, and they like putting on a good set, and I could hear that when they play, so I feel there's two different types of DJs: the attention seekers and the ones who really love music. They grew up with music, they know the old and the new, you know what I mean? They're well-rounded,
I think I feel that maybe those that are the attention-seeking type, they don't last that long because you have to have endurance to really love the art form and put in the time necessary to develop the skills.
It's because what they end up doing is they start hopping from trend to trend and from song and from different sonidos, right? They'll be tech house and then next year they're doing reggaeton. You're like, what's going on? But it's because they're always trying to be where are people looking? Which way are they facing? And when that happens, they don't realize that they're not sticking to a sound, and then they're gonna wind up just always kind of secondary or something. You know what I mean?
Giving up.
Yeah, you know. So it's just the important thing is to be true to what you like and just do it and just have fun. Really, you know what I mean? And like be pleasant to be around. Don't be mean. You know, like don't be critical. Like in public, you could be critical at home, you know, but in public, just be cool. Like give everybody a dap, you know, and just be supportive. You know.
Like for me, I remember the days of hearing you scratch R.A.W. And trying to emulate that. You know, for many years, like, and then I met you once when I was, you know, just like 18, maybe 17, something like that. And then you told me that you got it from is it Kumodi?
No, Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane,
Yeah.
the R.A.W. And I was like, and then so of course I had to go buy the record, and then you know like, and then here I am like learning that pattern that you do, you know. And I was
it's a really cool song to cut because it's, you know, it's produced by Marley Marl and it's old school New York, so it's really heavy on the mid range. So the scratch is dope because it cuts through the mix, you know. Yeah.
And also like, and the fact that you can introduce it, like, it blew my mind when you were taking hip hop and then putting it into jungle, and it's just like even the Kid Fresh said you had a Erykah Badu track, I think, that you played at one point, and he's been looking for it for years. And then so like a lot of us are like, where's that track? Where can I find it? You know. And what do you like? Do you just vault all your music, or where can we find it?
You're trying to reveal his secret.
Get ready.
I feel like the Erykah Badu one, like if it's recent, it's on a label out of the Netherlands, and they do a lot of bootleg DMB remixes. They press them up on vinyl, but they don't put a name. You know, it's just a picture.
Oh yeah, white labels.
It's called like Vibes 93 or something like that. But they're out of the Netherlands. But it's probably them. But if not, it's me for sure because I'm always remixing old school.
That's
and
dope.
just flipping
the talent of it, because I remember the hard part was the speed. You know, like the speed of jungle, like
trying to match
drums, and then other drums, and you didn't have stems back then, so we were all like mind blown. Like, how is he keeping the drums?
The way I was doing it back then, mostly I would just take the original song and just use the EQ and take the bass out of the original and add my own bass and drums. And when you do that,
but live or like you recorded at home and then.
I would do it at home. Like I use Cubase, and I've been working on Cubase forever, and I just do all my edits and remixes on there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. Like, I mean, for me, it was just mind blowing because I try to do it live. I would try to do it live.
Oh yeah.
And like, I didn't have.
It's hard because you gotta. It's because a lot of producers, even though it was made digitally, a lot of R&B producers would purposely make the tempo fluctuate a little bit to make it human-like.
Right.
So they would like pull it down a BPM, up 2 BPMs, back down, in order to give it a little bit like a subliminal change in feel, you know,
like a swing, so that way you don't feel like a robot. So that would make it even harder because
because then you got to ride the pitch. Like,
exactly, and you're doing it, you know, in a place that's super loud. And it's
you're
so
distracted.
easy.
You're trying to keep the vibe going.
And
they didn't bring your beer yet. You're like,
How many years would you say it took you to evolve? Because you know, you said you started battling, right? And so it was mostly hip hop, no, or freestyle.
Hip hop, Miami bass, freestyle, and even before that. When I was really young, 15, 16, I was playing disco and high energy. And that was with a bunch of dudes that were older than me. And it's really just like this old memory, you know, of me being walked in the back of clubs. And like I really, like that was my first thing, like DJing was high energy and disco. You know? And like we would play the records 45 - 8 to play them like at 160 BPM. You know, it was fast.
And so you were used to the up tempo.
So I started up tempo, and I've always liked the up tempo. That's what made me like British hip hop. Is that it was always between 110 and 120 BPM.
Were you able? Was that something from like being really young, or how did you discover that like the high tempo, like the high, like BPM was like the way that you wanted to?
Just because of the scratching and just like the overall vibe of the tracks were just more fun. You know, like Chub Rock, Treat 'Em Good, and stuff like that. A lot of the up-tempo hip-hop, for me, it's because back in the day, like, I had my own dancers. Like, my name originally was DJ 1-on-1.
What?
and I had the one-on-one dancers. It was just my homies.
Oh wow.
But back then, it was all competitive, you know.
Yeah.
So like they would do the flips, and like they would do the foot between the leg, or like foot between the hand trick.
Yeah.
Like, but like a lot of flipping, you know, and like
I can't say I've
doing
never tried that.
but yeah, you know, yeah.
As I'm very, very curious. Were you always like musically inclined as a little kid, or what was like the music that you were listening to when you were like a child?
Well, my mom always played James Brown, Little Richard, a lot of rock and roll, but really just James Brown and Little Richard. Like that's really what I remember. And then my dad played Santana, Tierra, Chicago, a lot of those bands. So a lot of musical stuff. But yeah, so like I grew up very musical. Like every day music was playing. And in 3rd grade, I started playing drums. And by the 6th grade, I was the leader of the drum corps.
Oh wow!
And then we did competition, solo competition, like with just me, like in a room with the drum set, you know, with just me. And then they would walk in another drummer, and he would do his thing, and at the end they would judge everybody. So yeah, so there was also competition with the drumming, you know. And then 7th grade, I played in a jazz band, and then 8th grade orchestra, doing the timpani and cymbals. And that was cool because that was different, you know, like that was mostly just doing the accent, like on certain compositions, you know, like just the build or something.
Which is DJing a lot of times.
Kind of,
Just add
Yeah,
a
that's
little,
actually
little
true,
flavor
yeah.
to it.
Because like you're trying to, what's cool about being in an orchestra is that even though it seems boring or like it's just whatever, like it's actually fun because you're working as a team.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay attention to everybody else is doing, and wait for your own like, part to come in, and
you
keep
can't
it.
and you can't try to take over the show.
Yeah.
Like you got to be like just, you know, like if it just demands a soft little touch, just do, like don't be, you know, going crazy on it. Yeah.
Like you're not the show. You're
Like you're part of the team. Yeah.
And what about that? Like, how is it that you became, you know, such an icon? I would say, you know, R.A.W. is a big name, and so how did you come from being the accent to like, you know, front line, you know,
being on stage and
in front of,
definitely respected by many.
Because I came from the hip hop world, like that was already really competitive, so it made me like not trip on that, you know, like to just know that it was there. So when I went from the hip hop club world into the rave scene, I went into the rave scene knowing that nobody else was scratching. I was like, ooh, it's like a big opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this comes back to the looking to see what you do and don't do. I saw that nobody was scratching. Everybody was just mixing.
Very true.
And I'm like, hell yeah, like I could do the intro, I could play some Cheech and Chong, funny stuff from like the old album, you know, and then scratch, you know. And then I remember I started playing a lot of the Latin underground parties with Dr. Cisco and Mr. Flashback, and a lot of those guys from east of the 710.
Right.
And then when I started doing those parties, for me, I knew that they looked at me like, who is this dude, you know, coming through. I knew it was like that, you know, but I always let the mix do the talking.
There you go.
And then, but really for me, it was just like, I just knew that like my scratching was going to get me to be, who's that? Like, oh, wow, you know?
Right.
Honestly, in academia, you are like a PhD. You're like a doctor DJ right now, because that's exactly what they do. You try to add to the field of study, and so by actively looking of like where is the gap and where your creativity can kick in, and seeing that there's a need for that, that's exactly like I see like that you did, and why you were so very, very relevant and successful. And
it's because back then a lot of the people who would scratch, they wouldn't mess with techno because they looked at techno as like, oh, that's techno.
Right.
Like they wouldn't allow the marriage of the two.
And not a lot of people can scratch at that pace.
That's true. Like like at that tempo.
And they couldn't marry. You said they couldn't marry it.
Yeah, like they couldn't blend the two styles together. But I saw that. I mean, for me, it was just a tempo thing because back then I was already creating my own little techno songs, like on a sequencer, drum machine, and synthesizer. So I was already sequencer savvy and MIDI savvy.
That's what my next question. How did you get into the production part?
Yeah, I mean, just because of the technology that was out, like you know, you would hear about different drum machines or keyboards and sequencers, and if you could afford it, you know, like go and get it. So like gradually I built up like a little hardware collection, and by 97, 98 is when I started really making jungle You know, but prior to that, I was making stuff all the way back into 1987, just on little cheap drum machines that I've bought at the mall. Like my first drum machine was Sonic Drums. It just had 4 pads, and it was like 8-bit drum sounds that were just synthesized drum sounds, you know. And I had a Yamaha CS01 synthesizer. I still have it, and I just broke it out again because like I'm getting ready to make beats and music with just that. I'm gonna do all the bass and the snares with just that, and the music with that. You know.
I was gonna say, like, it somehow forces you to be really creative when you have like the limitations of the technology, and it's like not a lot of fancy stuff, and you have to really like take it to the core of essence of the beats, just because like of the product itself. And it's so I super fascinated because you know, as I mentioned, we are part of like the nonprofit, and there's like a lot of youth that come in, and they get inspired, and then they kind of like lose the ability to keep doing it as an adult, like to make it a profession or to keep it like, how did you keep doing it from like being young, being involved, to like, you know, not losing the want of still wanting to DJ and produce and make it and create? Like, what motivates you?
It's part being competitive, and like, but like with me, like, and I tell people this all the time, is that I always go with my gut, like, you know, and I always try to think of what can I do that everyone else isn't doing, but still be relevant, you know. And it's like this really weird gut feeling thing that I live by, you know. Like I don't. You know, like in 2012, when dubstep was starting to really blow up, I left it because I just wasn't feeling it, you know? And so you would think to yourself, that's the wrong thing to do at the wrong time. But I could see that it was the right time, because what dubstep turned into was something that I didn't want to do.
Wow,
like, I didn't want to be a part of that type of sound. It's too aggressive, it's too loud, it's too cookie cutter, and I just didn't see myself. Like, there was a party I did in Detroit, and I looked out to the crowd, and I wasn't connecting with anybody. When I played here in LA in the early 90s, I look out in the crowd, I'm eye to eye with people, and we're catching a vibe. And in Detroit in 2012, that was missing. I looked in people's eyes, and they're looking at me like, who are you? And I'm like, this isn't good, you know? And so again, my gut feeling kicked in. I got out of dubstep, I went back to jungle. And a few years later, jungle starts to have another resurgence in popularity, you know? And so I think what that gut feeling really is just, you know, like, I don't like to get spiritual in public, but I do have a spiritual life. And I really feel that that's your inner self, your higher self, guiding you, you know, in ways that are beneficial to you, even though at the time it might not seem like it, right? Because the money side of you wants to, dubstep's blowing up, I want to blow up too. But that wasn't what was guiding me. What was guiding me is like, I'm not down with this sound, you know what I mean? I need to get back to what makes me happy, and that was jungle. I went back to jungle after hearing this guy from the UK named Busy Bee play in San Diego, and he played a crazy track. And when he played that, I was like, in that moment, I thought to myself, what am I doing with dubstep? I need to get back in the jungle. And so I did. I started making remixes again, having fun. And that's when I started doing jungle with oldies, jungle with R&B, reggae, like, you know, Latino stuff, cumbia, and then just having fun. And I also did that kind of recently with my house remixes, and then that blew up. I didn't expect it to blow up because I wasn't looking for the blow up. I was just having fun. Every time I do stuff for the fun, it blows up. So, like, there's something about that. And, like, I think that's why we like Wu-Tang, because they were doing it from a real New York raw level. Like, they're being themselves. They're not trying to be this other thing. Same thing with the rappers from Atlanta. They're blowing up because they're really being raw Atlanta rappers. They're not trying to fit in with what you're about. They're being themselves, and they blow up big, you know?
That's true.
It sounds like you're so authentic because you're so grounded. And with that, I feel that you have been able to transcend throughout like the decades. Is there like a highlight, if you could take a snapshot right now, like a one moment that you feel that you really, really enjoy, like a summary of like, this is where I feel so interconnected? Or do you have that throughout like the time? Like, or do you have like a good like top note moment?
No, I don't get that feeling because there's been so many like at this point, you know, because
Yeah.
I already had that in the past with the hip hop days,
Mm.
and I feel like that there's been stages of my DJ career, because there was great moments back in the day with hip hop stuff when I DJ'd for Booyah Tribe, I DJ'd for Curtis Blow. When I won the DJ battle in 1997, and DJ Quick was the judge, and he jumped up out of his seat because he never heard jungle being doubled up, you know. So there's like moments like that, you know. And I guess when I used to tour Mexico, and I would do multiple cities in Mexico and actually see parts of Mexico I never would see if it wasn't for the DJing, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not even the moments when you're DJing, but just being in parts of the world, you know. Like in Guatemala City, like that was cool. I was like, damn, I'm in Guatemala. Like, what the heck? I would never come here, you know. But the music has taken me places, you know, and like it's also taken me places that have given me firsthand view on stuff that I'm really, because I love history. So I've been to Ukraine like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, wow.
And I've been to parts of Ukraine that are now not there anymore. You know,
Wow.
like even
Yeah.
like the monastery that
Yeah.
that the government of Ukraine came hard on because they didn't trust the monastery priest and like the whole religious aspect of them, you know.
Sure.
But I went there and stuff, and like, you know, there's other places that I've been to because of the DJ stuff and the bookings that have, you know, later on I could see that, wow, I got to visit these places that are really special to me, you know, like as an interest, like a personal interest, you know. Yeah.
Oh,
That is actually very amazing because
Yes.
you're able to acquire just like a collective of just awesome things that you've done
Experiences,
and
yeah.
experiences that you take with you.
Let's take a music break.
Yeah, let's. Well, actually,
Yeah.
not to take a music break, but you know, we're gonna be honored by you being able to play on deck. You know, we're ready for some music if you're ready.
Yeah. Yep.
You are listening to Sound Fever. This is KQBH R.A.W. live on air.
And to let go of the loop, you just hit this button here.
Okay.
Also remember our roots and where we come from.
vale toda, por eso tú eres buena. Digo con la... Digo con la... Digo con la... Digo con la...
check. This
What?
is Sound Fever on 101.5 FM. We are
Security! Security!
Hello?
R.A.W.
Oh, I think he burned it up.
I mean,
Oh my God.
it got so hot in here.
Yeah.
It got so hot in here that like
The equipment.
the
said-
equipment said
Truth be told,
it's so hot.
it could be my USBs from Taiwan. I always get the cheapest, like 12 for $1 USB, eBay free shipping.
Hey, I give you so much credit though. People should know that you know, you thought you were gonna have a piece of equipment here that we didn't have, and you overcame that. That set was fire.
like in
that
10 minutes. I was just
Oh my
thinking of
goodness.
that. I'm trying to like record but not move because I didn't bring my, you know, to stabilize the phone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I can't get all like, because otherwise like the video's gonna be all jumpy. But then I was thinking like, we have technical difficulties literally like 10 minutes before to trying to figure things out, and yet you did an amazing
Yeah,
set.
like I don't think we can use these records anymore. I think we're gonna have to get you to sign them, and that's it. They're gonna go
Put 'em on the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna put them on the wall. That was an amazing fire set. Not only that, that track that you were playing right now. What's the name of it?
Guatemala.
Are you selling any of this stuff on Bandcamp?
That one I made for that band. I'm not even sure if we ever put it out. Like a lot of times I make the remixes and then I don't hear from the band.
Shame on them.
Yeah,
because
but-
it's really
yeah,
good.
yeah, that's Guatemala. There's so many good reggae bands in Latin America. It's crazy, and they all have that sound. You know, like really, just nice. You know, like it's like a great singer, good music. The guitar is always up front. You know, yeah.
And for people wondering, that was on
By the
us.
way,
it wasn't on him.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah.
Honestly, like you came and you played on turntables, and I mean most people would have just been like, well, I guess we can't. We'll just talk the whole time. But
Yeah.
man, you like came in, and these turntables right now, they probably just already gave up. That's what happened. They're like undefeated. That was dope. That was really good.
It was really, really amazing, honestly.
But that song right there, Guatemala, is from Barrio Candela. They're from Guatemala, I believe. Yeah.
Right. I need a copy of that.
Yeah.
If you're selling it, I'll buy it because I'm telling you, fire, super fire. And not only that, we do a Latin based show on Mondays at 9 p.m.
Fridays.
Friday.
Okay.
Fridays.
Fridays.
We have a cumbiaton show, like
Exactly.
it started just like playing like just traditional cumbia, and then it went to all sorts of cumbia, and then then it was cumbia exploded a lot,
Yeah.
and then it became like we interview bands who are in the cumbia scene, but then we do a lot of like Latin mixes, so we tend to do a lot of the Latin interview stuff on Fridays, but our this like show, it's like an open format, but honestly the creativeness of the song selections that you choose, how do you do that? Is it when you're going through music?
I also got started playing weddings and quinceañeras and high school parties, and I also did all the mixes for all the cheerleaders and all the high school dance stuff. So like I think what ends up happening is you have to read the room,
Yeah.
right? Like what's hot, what's not. What do people need right now? Like, okay, we've had enough of Bad Bunny. Where else can we go besides Bad Bunny and Peso Pluma? Like, what else, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the what else that's open for you to fill it in, you know? And it comes back to the what are they doing and not doing thing, you know? But what would be dope to hear, you know? Like, before I made the De La Soul house edits, which ended up blowing up really hard and gave me a vinyl deal in the UK and everything. When I first came up with that idea, it was just in the morning, and I just woke up and I was like, De La Soul, Me, Myself, and I, but the house version, just like that.
Wow.
And I was like, and then I made it that morning, and when I made it, I was like, I knew it. Like, I knew it was going to be dope.
You had a
know?
music download from the
Yeah.
ethers.
So, once again, you got to go with your gut, you know, like always kind of, you kind of have to just be like, you know, like just live doing it, you know, like I think just live it. Right, like people who do like UFC stuff, like they wake up and they do what they got, you know. Same with their DJing stuff. Like, I don't watch the Lakers. I don't watch sport. Like, I don't sit down for 2 hours watching other people. Like, I'm either chilling or working on stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's a lot of time. Like my girlfriend Letty knows. Like, she goes with me to record stores and she'll be like, "What's going on?" And I'm still there.
Shout out
like,
to Letty.
like
To
with
the
the
partners
patience.
that put in the work of allowing, you know.
But she sees like
the
behind the
DJs put in
scenes and stuff, and so it's like, you know, like a lot of times you have to pull me away from the computer, pull me away from the record shop, and be like, hey, let's do something else, like let's go for a bike ride, you know. But when you dedicate
Get out of the
yourself,
pajama pants.
but when you know, like when you're just night and day thinking about it and like obsessing about it, but like in a good way where it's about being creative and doing. Because with me, like when I do the remixes, I'm like, ooh, I'll be sure night and day, yeah, you know, because no one did it. So
Yeah.
like, you know, but like if someone did it, and if it's dope, don't do it. But if it's not dope, all right, then do your own, you know.
Yeah.
So like that.
Man, that was incredible. Like, and you don't sound Clash. Like perfect pitch all the way through. It's amazing. Any of those tracks that you played today, you can say that you played for years, or is it something new that you're diving
Like
into?
yeah, like some of them I made back in 2016, like the Isley Brothers one. I made that back in 2016, 2017 probably. You know, because back then is when I was just flipping all kinds of R&B and slow jams. But yeah, like a lot of those are fairly recent. Like the Guatemala probably made in 2013. So that's like 13 years ago, but it's crazy to me because
Time
time-wise,
goes by, right?
time-wise, I still feel like I'm in the 90s. Like I tell people that all the time. Like there's no difference with the me then and now. Like I don't think about, oh, it's been so many years. I don't think like that. Like I'm just like, I'm doing what I do. Every day is a repetition kind of the day before, you know? So in a way, it's still 1991 in my mind, and I still live like that, you know? Like I don't want to. I'm still collecting records. I'm still producing. That's it. Like it's simple. You
How
know?
many pieces of vinyl would you say you have, more or less?
Back in 2000, I had 160 milk crates,
Oh, wow.
but now it's down to like 60.
Oh, really? How would you do? Pass them out or sold
I
them? or-
sold a lot. A lot of them went missing when I moved in with other people, and then when I moved out, I was like, hey, what happened to all the hip house and the freestyle and my disco, you know? But yeah, but I also sold a lot. I sold a lot of all my techno, all my hardcore. A lot of my house and progressive house, but then I ended up buying back a lot of the house, which is good in a way because now I have brand new copies instead of the shabby. Because a lot of the vinyl from the early '90s gets, you know, worn.
Yeah,
you know, so
sure.
it sounds scratchy.
Especially with the needles of the old days.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
how they
like
used to
the
put
little-
all the extra weight on there,
Yeah.
just 'cause, you know, the thumb.
Uh-huh.
And I was gonna tell you another thing. Do you have a Bandcamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want to?
And remix albums. I have Sade remix album, drum and bass, Bone Thugs and Harmony, drum and bass, Tupac drum and bass. I have jungle oldies where I take oldies into jungle and like do mashups, and that's 6Blocc.bandcamp.com, and 6Blocc is spelled 6 BLOCC. And then my R.A.W. Bandcamp is Mictlan, like Mictlan is the Aztec underworld.
Yes.
MICTLAN.bandcamp.com, and that's for the R.A.W. stuff. Yeah.
That's
And there's still cassettes on there, USB compilations, a little bit of vinyl. I sold a lot of vinyl this year of like my releases. So there's a few vinyl releases on there available.
Right on. Is
Yeah.
there something that you would like to do? Like, you know, is there something like R.A.W. or you know, that you want to do as far as like be
Like
on
something
TV
in your bucket
or,
list that you haven't
right,
done. Yeah. Or collaboration
have your
or
own roller
something.
coaster.
You know, what I really want to do is I need to make a connection in Jamaica, and I want to play in Jamaica at least once and play Raga Jungle out there and see what happens, you know, because like I know they know about it, and I know that some of them have their opinion on it, but I think it would just be dope to be on the island and play out there, you know, because I played in the UK, I played most of Europe, in Mexico I've been to so many places, Mexico, Guatemala, Venezuela. I played during the dubstep days. I went down there, so I feel like I've been to the places I have always wanted to go. But Jamaica, I feel like it's
Jamaica's
the last.
still in your bucket list.
It's the one that would just round it off.
Somebody called Jamaica.
Yeah. No, like I have friends that could make it happen. It's just about me pulling the strings, you know. And like I just never thought about it until recently. But they have dope clubs now out there, so I feel like now it's a little bit safer, you know. And like, but now there's places that have sound systems, you know, and club environments that are modern. A lot of times they were put together by neighborhoods and people, like people power, but now it's actual clubs with nice venues, you know, that look modern. Yeah.
Is there a system that you played at that you were like, that system was incredible?
Well, I was just telling Lefty, like I played in Detroit, like around 2012, and the guy, he picked me up from the airport. He picks me up in a van, and I'm like, we're in a van? Like, what the heck? And then, like, he goes, check this out. He goes, check this out. And he puts on the sound, like the radio. the whole van is now vibrating, and my eyeballs are vibrating.
Wow.
Like, and like my whole vision
Contacts
is
popping
like
up.
my vision is like, zzz, and I'm like, what's going on? And I opened the van. I was like, what are you doing? Right? And I didn't realize, but he was the winner of the loudest sound system in all of Michigan.
Oh, wow.
But his party that I played at, he had a wraparound sound system, so it's 4 walls of sound, and he had the loudest system in Michigan, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was DJing, you know, they brought me a drink, and I put it down, and the bass, like the song was playing, my drink started to vibrate away from me, like all the way away, like far, like 20 feet. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, that was the craziest sound, like of all time.
Is there any advice you want to give the new and up and coming jungle heads, drum and bass heads, or DJs in general?
Yeah, I guess DJs in general just kind of like look to see what space you could fill. Because a lot of times if you're just going to play what's already being played, you know, you're going to be waiting in line, or, you know what I mean? Like the chances of, you know, getting in the door might not be as easy, you know, but it also like depends. Like I notice people that become DJs that have a big group of friends, they have an easier time because they're social and they're out there and they're just cool people, you know. Sometimes if a DJ is like a little hermit and he's just to himself, a lot of times it's harder for them because they're always to themselves and like they're not as good interacting with people.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just good just to be, yeah, so it's good to just put yourself out there, to say what's up, don't be nervous, you know what I'm saying, just kind of like, just don't get in your head about what you're doing and how you're doing it, you know what I mean, you're doing your thing and just, you know, push yourself as far as you could go, but just realize what the par is, right, like how dope are people right now, and like work to get there, you know.
Honestly, with the social media, very necessary now.
Because yeah, you know, and then sometimes people could think or assume that just doing that will take them up, you know, but they don't realize it's really, I think the best PR is on the ground DJ sets where people see you and then they talk, oh, he killed it, Bob, that's the best. Like that's always been what's promoted me, is how people said that I did at a party. And then because when back in the 90s, promoters would always call and say, we heard you killed it, we want, you know, and that was always what they said, we heard you killed it.
That's dope.
So word of mouth is always the best. So just be cool with people, make sure just don't stare down. You know, like I usually don't play on a laptop because it makes me stare at the laptop. You know? So like that's why I just like to pop a USB in the controller or vinyl, because then I could look out more often, you know. So
kind of
just
connect more with the
yeah.
audience.
So just as a DJ, remember people are looking at you, so don't be boring. You know what I mean? Kind of catch a vibe, keep moving. You know what I mean? Like I remember I was at the Soul Assassin studio and DJ Muggs at his DJ little area. He had a mirror in front of, like he would mix in front of the wall, but there was a mirror. And I looked at, I was like, oh shit, he's DJing, but looking at himself to see how he looks when he's DJing.
That's smart.
You know, so because he's hip hop, he would do a lot of leaning, right? Like a lot of like b-boy type body language, right? Because that's what works in a hip hop environment. You know, so like, yeah, just know your environment. Like if it's a dope tech house environment, be fun and move with the shit. Don't be all like a mannequin. Like that's what grinds my gears with a lot of DJs. Like, I won't say what country, but a lot of them are like mannequins, and I'm like, bro, like, do you like what you're playing, or like, what's going on? Like, you look like you're reading a book, you know?
Right, or you're upset.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta close out.
We do. But before we go, social media handles of where people can find you.
Okay. Yeah, Instagram /OG6Blocc, my Twitch, OG6Blocc, and my Bandcamp for my music and sample packs for producers, 6blocc.bandcamp.com. August 1st, I'll be in Oakland at a free drum and bass outdoor event. August 2nd, I'll be in Sacramento with the homies doing reggae and jungle. And August 15th, I'll be in Fresno at a multi-stage outdoor type of party with a casino.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Thank
Well,
you so
thank
much.
you so much.
It's an honor for you stopping by and dropping us in and allowing us to hear out your interview. But we do have to go. Too bad this is just an hour show.
Yeah.
This is KQBH-LP Los Angeles 101.5 FM, a community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, and we are broadcasting live on your FM dial.
Oh yeah, there's no time on my shit. All right, bro. Later.
Thank you.
All right.
Be safe.
Yep.
Thank you again.
This is so we have Studio B and you're live on here, and then kids do like
Oh, and
music
production, yeah.
or some
Nice,
do
the
voice
beats.
acting or voiceover. So
Uh-huh.
we have like a booth for like the kids,
Cool.
and then like and it's all organized by youth. They put like stuff like together. And then they do in-house programming, and then they actually go out
Uh-huh.
to schools, parks, correctional facilities,
Uh-huh.
and they'll teach like photography, film production.